In this video, we're going to cover working on the front end. We'll show some of the effort that went into getting this far. I've still got some work to do, but I'll show you the work we did to get this headlight buckets and headlight pieces in the front end this far along, and we'll make it a short video. I'm gonna wire brush this thing. It's not rusted out, but it's pretty rusty. And then I'll maybe prime it and squirt some paint on it. It's a headlight bucket. All right, maybe clamp it in a vise when you're hitting it with a wire wheel. That hurts. We knocked most of the loose rust off with the wire death wheel. I'm gonna hit it with a little hand wire brush, and then we'll prime it and paint it. Yeah, so we should have clamped this in the vise in the first place. Ripping the meat off my thumb, but it does have a couple little holes in it, but it's gonna work. It's pretty solid where the headlight mounts, and the spring goes in here, and that's all pretty solid. And the screw things aren't stripped out, so I think it's gonna work, and most of it is actually cleaning up to bare metal, so it's gonna work. This headlight bucket's in pretty good shape. Not broken here, which is fairly common. The holes are a little wallered out, but overall not bad. It is missing a couple of the clips and the headlight adjuster pieces, but I bought this kit, which includes the spring for the headlight bucket and the headlight adjusters, and then the clips, the bolts that hold it on, and the hardware for this guy. I did take the headlight bucket that I had. It was pretty rusty, but I wire brushed it really good, primed it with some etching primer, and then painted it so it shouldn't rust again. And then I was able to find all the screws, the correct type of screws anyway, that go in there that hold this ring on. And this ring was in pretty good shape. These little tabs were bent, but I straightened those. I'll try to get some paint stripper or something on here to get the white paint off, but anyway, should be able to put all this stuff together and have a really good headlight bucket assembly for the passenger side. Got this one new clip in for the headlight bucket. This one still has the original one, but it was missing the screw. I had in my parts bin, I don't know what that came out of. It's not the same kind of clip, but it did have a good screw. That's the right kind and the right thread, I think. Well, no, it is not the right thread, or that's stripped out. So I have to go ahead and change that too. All right, this one is a smaller diameter screw actually, so that didn't work. The new clip is the same size thread, so I just used the screw from the new hardware. Wherever I can, I like to use the original stuff. I think it's better quality. This fits really nice and snug in there. This one, I had to do a little hammering and tweaking to get it where it stay tight, not fall out. So, but I didn't have the screw, so I will use the the new screw in the original clip. This was missing completely, so we had to use that. Okay, these are the adjusters that you can adjust the tilt on the headlight. Now, the kit came with a new spring, so that's going to go in this hole and then clip on that metal bracket down there. So no way I can do that with one hand, so I'm going to do that now. All right, that was fun. Got the spring on there and the adjusters in their little holders. So now the headlight bucket is in. We'll have to obviously adjust it once we get everything put together on the car. But yeah, I'll have to take the headlight back out to wire it up. But you can see there's these places on here that have molded in steps, we'll call them. They line up with these points here, and then the ring will hold it on. So I will attempt to do that with one hand, which is not going great, but anyway, there. So you can kind of see in there where that lines up. And then these are not equidistant apart, so that goes on like so. So then I'll put the screws in and I'll hold that on. All right, so you can see the headlight right side up. It's in position, got the screws in each one of these. So it's in place. Now I need to put in the clips there and there for the screws. It has the two over here. But then that will be the screws that hold this on. Of course, this would be the last thing that goes on after it's on the car. All right, so those clips go in there for these screws, so we can put this on. And the screws line up in there. So all right, I'll do this one. So this guy is all ready to go. Headlight bucket is in. Will need adjusted, like I said. Hardware for holding this piece on. It isn't broken up here. So this one's good to go. The other one is broken here. I did buy a repair kit, so I'm gonna take it back off. It's on the car at the moment. And do the repair, and also put the headlight bucket in it, and then it should be ready to go back on. All right, this one is not as good a shape. That is not too bad. I think a clip will stay on there. That's broken pretty good. I don't think the clip will stay on there. This is broke. This is what this repair kit is for, to fix that. It does have the adjusters in it, so that's good. And then I did, in my junk pile, have a spring. I hit that with a wire brush. I've cleaned the other headlight bucket up. I've got the other pieces. So we'll at least do the repair here, and we can get 3 of the clips probably to work well. I don't know what we can do about that. we'll see. So looks like I need to go ahead and cut this piece off, because this will replace that and it will bond along here. So I'll cut along here, and I marked the end of it. Sand this really good to prepare it to bond this in its place. So we'll have good solid mount. So that's kind of a neat repair. Fixing this, on the other hand, I'm not sure. I'll come up with something. All right, I cut the broken piece off from here and prepped that for the JB weld. So this guy should bond in there. All right, mix up the JB weld. I'm going to put it all on here, and then we're going to clamp it all down. All right, we got the new piece JB welded on there and clamped. We'll let that set up. I also JB welded this that was broken and then bonded the clip to it, so hopefully that will stay, and then that'll have the 4 clips that hold that guy on. So we're just going to let her set up. We'll leave it be and assemble it when it's set. All right, we got this headlight bucket mounted up. It's in pretty good shape. Got all new hardware and everything in it. And so this fender's going to need some body work here and there, which I've been hitting a few spots just to get it straight. But we still got a long ways to go. All right, we got the headlight buckets on both sides. This is the one I had to repair. You can kind of see down in there. That's still going to take some work to get those all perfect, but it's got a lot of the front end back on it now. So it's looking more and more like a car every time I work on it. I still got to hunt down a bunch of hardware. So there's most of the front end. I've got the grill, bumper brackets, little bumperette thingies, lower valance, upper valance bumper. I don't have the trim that goes around the grill. And the parking lights. Well, there might be some parking lights in the car, I don't remember. But yeah, starting to get more and more complete every day.